Tulsa playing some of the best ball in the conference right now? Or is it hard to
I don't know. I mean, that's not for me to judge. You know, I'm worried about my team. I can't really answer that question.
Did they do anything different with Robert after he was really hot there to start the second half? Did they change anything?
I don't know. I think, what did Rob have in the first half? 8. So you're talking about in the middle of the second half?
He had a couple big threes at the start of the second half.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Again, I have to watch the tape. You know, Rob and Pop are the focal point of anybody's scouting report. So, you know, they're going to really hug those guys. So it's important that our other guys, you know, get good looks and make shots. And, you know, Colin, 1 for 5, you know, missed the dunk. He was 0 for 2 from three-point line. That's atypical. And Jeremiah, 3 for 7. You know, 1 for 5. That's not Jeremiah. So, you know, it's one of those days, and we've got to learn from it and bounce back. But I'm proud of the fact that we did fight back and put ourselves in position to win the basketball game.
For Sam Arithes, you know, today, was it a case of him looking like a freshman again in this game?
Yeah, at times, you know, he got hit in the head at one point late in the first half, and I thought about taking him out, and I didn't, and he threw the ball out of bounds. And he come to the bench and said, "I'm dizzy." I said, "Well, why didn't you tell me that before you threw the ball out of bounds, you know, when I could have taken you out?" And then he got settled down. Yes, he you know, we wouldn't be in this position where we are with our record or league record without Jeremiah. I mean, and Doug Wojcik said that to me before the game. You know, he talked about Papa D and what a great year he's having. And then he said, you know, but the guy who's, you know, the guy who stirs the drink is Jeremiah. And Jeremiah gives us an intelligence, a spark that is key. But sometimes, you know, he's not going to be perfect. And, you know, he and we weren't as sharp as we have been over the last several games. And, you know, he's, you know, I got to give him that. You know, let's learn from it.
He still made some nice plays down the end, though, where he had a steal down on the sideline in front of their bench. And did it bother you when he put up a quick three after making a steal?
Yeah, it bothered me when it didn't go in. You know, I mean, that steal, and all of a sudden he pulls up, and you're like, "Whoa!" What was the spread at that time? You know,
6, I think.
How much time was left?
29 or something.
Yeah. You know, so if it goes in, the place goes berserk, and you know, people are coming out with Jeremiah posters of his face, and you know, and vote for Jeremiah for president, and it didn't go in. So when it didn't go in, I would have rather drive the ball to the basket and get a layup and cut it to 4. We call timeout. But, you know, that's, you know, he puts us in position to win. Hit 6 steals. You know, he made some, you know, key plays. And I wouldn't trade him. You know, he's just going to get better and better.
You've talked a couple of times this year about his growth and his development through the season. Has he exceeded your expectations when you recruited him, for at least what you expected out of him as a freshman?
It's a good question, and I hate to answer it this way, yes or no. You know, like I saw a guy with a personality. Sometimes you see those little guys that are just have that personality, that charm, that guys want to follow him, and he's got that. He's got that confidence, that cockiness, that, you know, people like. He's got a charm about him. He's a great kid. And he's a great leader. People want to follow him. And, you know, I thought he would be good. And then he hit a little lull around Louisiana Tech, whenever that game was, middle of December. And he started playing like a freshman, taking quick shots, not playing any defense. So then he's learned from that. I sat him, he learned. And he's been a big reason why, since we played at Tulane, we've been playing pretty good ball. And so he's grown a lot. I thought he started off good, then took a little dip and spiked. And, you know, hopefully, you know, this is a little bit of a plateau, and then, you know, finishes up strong. It's a lot. It's a lot to ask of a freshman to run what we run and do what we do in a very competitive league. But he's been fantastic.
Can you talk about the defensive play of Haynes and Ryan Hart? It looked like a couple times when you really needed to stop, you put them in.
Well, Ryan and Justin are, I call Ryan my sixth starter, and Justin is a very valuable defender. And tonight he did a terrific job from the foul line. He's been working very hard on his foul shots. So they're very good defenders. And then when Mike got tired, I thought Mike did a terrific job on Hurt. When Mike got tired, I put in Justin. And when Pop or Rob got tired or in foul trouble, I put in Ryan. And, we're a small team, and that's one of the reasons we probably gave up 16 offensive rebounds. But, those guys do a terrific job. And, diving on loose balls, creating steals. We had 10 steals, and those guys are all over getting deflections, diving on loose balls, and they really hustle and scrap.